bodies and that sort of info stuff, feel free to do so as well at 858-569-TALK or 800-600-KOGO. But if you, again, can observe, because we're not really, frankly, hearing much from the firefighters, and for obvious reasons, I think the last press conference they've had at the Office of Emergency Services was about 7:15 this morning, unless I missed one. And the firefighters are busy fighting fires, and they're not spending a lot of time on microphone. And to some degree, I think they're sort of in the dark as to, A, where the fires have advanced, and B, whether the wind is going to change and send it in some other direction. So thus, that's why all these jurisdictions are being really, really cautionary about this. Let's And by the way, questions that you have coming into me, if I don't know the answer, I'm just going to say out loud, I don't know. I'll try to find out, and I assume somebody of our team here of several people wandering around will do their best effort to actually find out for me. You're going up to Delmar? Craig Elson, one of my sidekicks over at KLSD, is heading up to Delmar. I don't know if you can report or just to late. So he said he will report back in us. I know. Let me go to Carrie in Valley Center. Hi, Carrie.
Hi. I'm at Valley Center on the west side.
I know.
Old Castle, and we got the reverse call this morning, but we haven't heard anything else. And I was just wondering if there's any updates as to where the fire is in Valley Center.
Now, Valley Center would be what they call the La Jolla Indian Reservation fire?
Yes.
I don't know, as I promised I would as of, and maybe somebody can update me on this one. I know only as of about 7 o'clock today that 1,000 acres was advancing in that direction, and 8 people have been injured. You see no smoke or flames?
The smoke is really thick, but there's no flames, and I just, would like an update as to where it is exactly.
Okay.
I'm not hearing much about Valley Center at all, so...
Not much about any of these places. Thank you very much. Well, like I said, we'll try to find out and do the best we possibly can. Yeah, that was big news earlier today because that fire broke out slightly before daylight. It was apparently advancing around and over Palomar Mountain. To what extent it's going to in that direction of Valley Center, I'm not exactly sure. But we will find out.
No.
Yeah.
My name is Stacy Taylor. You're listening to me on Star 94.1, US 95.7, Rock 105.3, Channel 933, 101 KGB, AM 1360 KLSD, which is my home station, and AM 600 KOGO.
On the other side of it there.
Where's Mike Workman? Hey, Mike.
I'm right here at the end of your line.
Office of Emergency Services. How are you, Mike?
I'm okay. We're really busy, but I want to get you guys some new information. It's kind of important right now with regards to the Valley Center area.
Just got a question about that.
Okay. I didn't hear your question. I'm sorry. I've been trying to get this stuff here, but we are being told by fire that somehow, some way, people are thinking it's okay to go back into that area, and it is clearly not okay right now. That is one of the hot spots in the county. Specifically, they're saying East Mission at 15, Mission at 76, Rice Canyon at Rainbow. We just about had head-on collisions right there with fire equipment who are basically trying to save some homes. And we've got residents who are trying to get back in there for whatever reason. The residents tell us they're hearing on, in the media that it's
you should have seen the fire that happened near Cal Poly.
Say that, but we want to make sure on the radio if you're driving that you hear this, that you should not be attempting to get back into that area.
Well, I gleaned from the call we just took a second ago that the smoke is so thick that it's obscuring whatever flames are visible from there.
Yes, it is. It is flaring up in that area right now. We had a new fire start around 3:30 this morning out there in the Rincon area, and that's what's joining up. It's all under the command of the Witch Fire. So they haven't really joined, the fires haven't joined, but they're all fighting it from the same resources. So we're being told that people need to stay. Those people who were evacuated and chose to stay at the high school, you need to stay at the high school. It is the safest place according to fire officials, and they do not want you on the roads. They want you to stay there. It's going to get smoky. It's going to get, more and more ash because that fire is running right now. So they need to just stay there.
Yeah.
Thank you, Delaney. Somebody was handing me some fact sheets so I could talk about evacuations here in a second. What about now in the North County? Because I think we have a question on the line about North County. it seems to me that I know there's been mandatory evacuations of Del Mar, parts of Del Mar that are west of the 5, which I was a little surprised to hear. I know everybody's being really cautious about these kind of things.
They're being conservative. They're trying to get people out earlier. Obviously, with congestion and the routes out in some of these areas, they're trying to get them out early.
So what do you know, Mike, about the advance of that fire, which started off being the Witch Creek fire, which seems to be, according to those evacuation notices, heading sort of southwest toward Del Mar Heights in that area. How far does that go?
It is area. That's where all the focus is right now. There's a lot of resource in that area, being fire resource. So it is in the Fairbanks Ranch area still. They are concerned as we get up on the sides of those hills and run towards the Del Mar Heights area, and maybe up alongside the other side over there and be a day of fighting.
So it's moving basically in the direction of the San Miguel River.
It is running up the river. Most of these are going to, even with the prevailing winds, they're going to run through these river valleys. So that's a rule of thumb on any of them. They will try to run through the river valleys, even if the river valleys go south or east or whatever. They will try to run through them. That's what's happening on the Harris Fire as well. It's coming up through the Otay River Valley there.
Okay, anything else you can share with us?
That's all I have now. I just wanted to get it out to the folks who are listening on the radio in their cars. If you're in the Valley Center area,
John Newman's house is over here.
Yeah.
But those flames
get
are
off the roads up in that area, and please don't try to go back in right now. They're trying to save homes in that area.
All right, Mike, thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much. Mike Woodman of the Office of Emergency Services spokesman, and Dan has a news update for us.
And east of Mount Miguel Road. There are South Bay evacuees can take shelter in the Casa Familiar Civic and Recreational Center. That address is 212 East Park Avenue in San Ysidro. They can house about 400 evacuees. They have bilingual volunteers ready to assist both English and Spanish-speaking evacuees. And if you need more information, we'll give you this number twice. It is 619-428-1115, 619-428-1115. City of Poway has reopened the following areas and reports residents can return to their homes south of Twin Peaks Road, also east of Community Road to Tierra Bonita Road on the north, and Donner Drive to the south, and west and north of Poway Road. Also getting some new information about the fire burning in Fallbrook. Listener Erica made it back up to her neighborhood. She says the houses at the top of Wilt Road, they're fine, but some of the bottom have been destroyed. She says all the houses on Lupine Lane seem to be okay, but she says several mobile homes at the bottom have been destroyed. Now, this is not an official damage report, just what she saw, like we've been doing throughout the morning. We've been getting calls and people describing what they're seeing in their neighborhood. Officials say fires destroyed about 500 homes, damaged 30 more, and 6,000 acres have been scorched. The fire is at 0% right now. Officials think the fire will, I'm sorry, we want to give you some good news before that for firefighters battling the Harris fire. They're saying if some of the weather conditions remain the same, they should make progress on that a little bit later today. Also, just learning that the mayor will be holding a press conference in about 15 minutes, just after 11 o'clock. We'll carry that live on AM 600 Kogo. Right now, I want to go to the Total Traffic Center, though, and get an update on road closures and conditions. Here's Rick Lawrence.
Well, right now, if you need to get out of the South Bay in these areas right now, you've got good-looking rides here westbound towards the 805 freeway, like on H Street or Tulsa Canyon Road. They're all just pretty fine here for you. In the Del Mar area, you're in these areas as well. Pretty nice as well on Del Mar Heights Road. You want us to access that, or via De La Valle, San Miguel Road. So far, they're all moving well if you need to access those freeways, or those roadways, rather, to the freeway. We've got in the North County that